The Arewa Consultative Forum in northern Nigeria has claimed that Thursday's abduction of 287 students of Kuriga community in Chikun Local Government Area of Kaduna State appears to have been planned by the bandits. Bandits had stormed LEA Primary and Secondary Government School and took away the students. Days after the abduction, the ACF said the incident was a discomforting reality given the enormous public resources allocated to the security sector. Meanwhile, undisclosed number of students from a school in Tsangaya, Gidan Bakuso in Gada Local Government Area of Sokoto State were also abducted. Now joining us on the news is Sunday Adams, Public Affairs Analyst from Jos. Hello, Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me this evening.
Yeah, thank you too. Good evening for having me.
All right, now looking at the history of similar abductions, one would actually think that after the Chibok and Birni girls incidents years ago, lessons would have been learned and stringent measures put in place to protect schools from bandits, attacks, and also mass abductions. Why do you think that our security operatives were ineffective in preventing or even halting the abduction of the 287 students?
Okay, first of all, the security situation in the country is becoming alarming. And you must understand that the security agencies are not magicians. Now, looking at the number of security men we have on ground, in commensurate with what we have at the various local governments, you discover that the security personnel are overwhelmed. Now, in that particular Chikun local government that we're talking about, where these school children were adopted, what's the number of security personnel attached to the local government? You have a particular local government and probably maybe you have just one police station with how many policemen manning that place, and also looking at the security men. In fact, from statistics in Nigeria, I think you have one policeman to 1,500 individual or more than. And looking at also from the angle of the security, especially the military, you also discover the same thing. Now, there are some lapses in the area of not just only the security agencies, but even the government itself. When the issue happened in Chibok and the other areas, we expected the security agencies to have learned their lesson by providing what we call intelligence gathering. But unfortunately, that is what is lacking. And because some of these things are lacking, and because of some of the challenges they are facing in the scene of these crimes, it makes it very, very difficult for them to curtail these attacks. Like particularly in this in Kaduna, in the Kaduna school adoption, from information gathered, yes, it was actually planned. But the question is, did they make use of the intelligence gathering? Were they able to use it? That is one of the challenge. And you could discover that anytime this thing happen, you see the people at the Home of Affairs keep saying, yes, we're on top of the situation, we'll do this, we'll ensure that the adopters are brought back, except if the parents of those children that were adopted pay ransom. But in this situation, the number is huge. From Kaduna, you head down to Sokoto. So it's a major problem. It's a major problem. And if the federal government does not handle this matter holistically, you discover that it will be very difficult, to tackle this security challenge.
Talking about handling it, the federal government handling this problem, holistically, let's take a look at the overview of how they have actually handled it so far. Now, in your expert's opinion, how effective are the strategies implemented at the national level to address the systemic issues that have allowed banditry to persist in the region, especially in the northern region?
Okay, let me take you back. Take, for instance, in Borno State, the governor have been able to, get across to these bandits, get them to surrender their arms, and, treated them like an amnesty. And also, they collaborated with the military there. And you could see that for Maiduguri, the thing has reduced to a drastic level. Now, coming back to the area of the federal government, yes, a lot of money has been budgeted for security. But like I said, intelligence gathering is key, and they need manpower personnel. Look at the local government. Look at the number of security men. They are overwhelmed. So if you don't get the required number of security intelligent men mining this local government, these particular areas, it will be difficult. Yes, the federal government has done a lot. They've budgeted, they've sourced for equipment, they are also recruiting personnel, but it goes beyond that. Now, there will be this call for state police, power rangers, and other security agencies. We need such so that it will be able to help in curtailing these issues. But because if we don't do that, the military cannot do it alone. What's the strength of our Nigerian military? So the federal government must live up to its billing, by going outside the box, using intelligence gathering, also ensuring that we recruit more personnel to handle this situation. If not, I don't know where we're heading to.
Now, looking at the local government areas where where the abductions actually happened, they're said to be border towns, bordering other countries like Cameroon. Now, what role do you think that neighboring countries can play in supporting Nigeria's efforts to combat banditry and also ensure the safety of its citizens?
Okay, that is where we need what we call the border collaboration between the Nigerian government and other foreign nations like Cameroon, Chad, Niger Republic, and others. So there's need for border patrol from the part of Nigerians. The situation in our borders. Now the federal government, needs to step up more by having a collaborative effort with the government of these countries. But also you understand that even the countries themselves, they're also facing their challenges. Because Cameroon, they have their succession challenge. Niger Republic, they are unstable in terms of the military charge like that. But nevertheless, there must be collaboration between the Nigerian government and the government of those countries, especially in the area of border patrol. And they must take it serious. Now, if you look at it, if you take an assessment, you discover that these borders are very porous. These borders, and the land mass is large. So there must be an effective border patrol to checkmate, these activities. And also, there must be intelligence gathering. But like I said, if the number of personnel that are mining these places are not much, it will be difficult for this issue of insecurity to be tackled.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Sunday Adams, Public Affairs Analyst, for your expert view on this.
Thank you very much.